Hey students, happy Sunday. Glad to be sharing a message with you again this morning. We're going to keep on in Ephesians. We're in Ephesians 5 right now. If you haven't gotten a chance to watch the other videos we've done, be sure to check them out. You can scroll down on this page if you're on the orangecrestcc.org/students page. You can watch some of those videos. You can also check them out on our YouTube channel. Love for you to catch up on those. But we're going to be in Ephesians 5 today. And I'm actually not at home. I'm in a different location. I'm at the beach right now, which has been pretty awesome, and it actually relates to what we're going to talk about in the message today. So we're in Ephesians 5, and it's verses 15 through 16, and it's all about time. It's about how you use your time. So if you've ever been to the beach, then you know that there's people that surf, which is really cool. I'm not a surfer, okay, so I don't surf. I don't know a whole lot about surfing, but I do know a few things. And it relates to what this passage is talking about. So let me read it first and I'll talk about surfing. So Ephesians 5, 15 through 16, it says this: "Look carefully then how you walk, not as unwise, but as wise, making the best use of the time, for the days are evil." So let's talk about it. So when a surfer is sitting on the waves, they kind of sit and they watch the waves that go by, and they're really patient, but they're also looking for the right opportunity to jump on a wave and then surf down it. So it's pretty cool. So they're watching to see how it, crests at the right point, or where the waves are actually going, how fast the sets of waves are coming in. So they kind of watch and they study it and they look for the right opportunity. And then when they see the opportunity, then they take advantage of it. They pedal out, they hop on their board, and they're able to surf. And it's pretty awesome to have this incredible, ride down the wave. But on the flip side of that, if you're more like me and you definitely can't surf and you don't know how to do it, then what you kind of do is you kind of just end up sitting in the waves and you kind of just bob up and down, You just bob up and down with the waves. And it's kind of fun too, it's kind of cool. Like, it's pretty cool to do. But I want to kind of use those illustrations as this contrast between someone who takes advantage of the opportunity that God brings and someone who just kind of sits there and really doesn't do anything with it, just kind of bobs up and down. And a lot of that's about maturity. So what this passage is all about, it's about how do you walk as someone who's wise rather than someone who's not wise. And that's so someone who's wise looks at the opportunities that come to them and they actually take advantage of it. They do something. They happen to it rather than whatever's happening in their life happening to them. They take advantage of it. And they use wisdom to know what to do. They use wisdom and then God's word. So that's what it talks about. The very first part of this verse talks about walking exactly according to God's word. It says, "Look carefully then how you walk," which basically just means walk exactly. Walk exactly like God has asked you to do. Not because that earns you favor with him, because that's, in Ephesians it already explains that that's given totally out of God's grace. But it's in light of that God wants you to, hey, look, the days are evil. That's what this verse is saying. The days are evil. There's trouble. There's difficulty. The best way to move forward through difficulty, through all these things, is to walk exactly and then take advantage of the opportunities that come. So let's talk about that. There's two main questions that I want you to wrestle with this morning. And the first one is this, is what is your opportunity? What is your season of opportunity that you have right now? There's a few things that's unique about this right now. One of them is that, you have a lot of time on your hands. A lot of you are just now finished with school. Congratulations and way to go. You did a great job. But you're just now finished with school, which means you have a ton of time on your hands. And you probably have a plan for the way to spend that. And most likely it involves, for a lot of you, a lot of video games. Right? You're going to do a ton of video games, which it's okay to play video games and it's okay to have fun doing those things, for sure. But at some point too, and I'm sure you guys have felt this, because I felt this when I used to play a lot of games, at some point you're like, I don't even want to play this anymore. I'm just playing it because I have to win or I have to accomplish this, but I'm not even enjoying it. It's not fun. I'm so bored, right? That's because you have way too much time and you've been playing way too long, right? But for others of you too, I'm not sure what you have planned for the rest of the time, but that's a huge opportunity. You can actually do a lot with that if you use it rightly. So that's an opportunity you have. Another one is neighbors. Neighbors are home right now. That's pretty much the only people that you see, right? And you've been able to interact with them probably over the last couple months. But that's an opportunity. Maybe some of them don't know God, never, don't know many Christians either. But that's a huge opportunity. Another one too is that people have needs. That's another opportunity right now. People have some unique needs now. Maybe it's just something, baked goods or anything like that that you can really just do to share some love and kindness to other people. But that's another huge opportunity that you have. So that's all kinds of opportunities you may have. Maybe you can think of something else that you really have an opportunity in that's unique right now, just based on what's happening for you. But then the next question then to ask yourself is, how can I buy it up? How can I take advantage of it? That word buy it up, it's almost like a merchant. So think of this, back in the olden days. Think of a merchant who sees, a caravan come through with a bunch of products and stuff. And a really smart merchant, will look through and see all these people who are selling things, and they'll look for the best ones that they think they can resell later. That's going to have the most value. But they have to be quick to act. They have to really take advantage of the moment, because if they don't, then that could pass away and they could totally miss it. So what they do is they're looking out for those great things, and then when they see them, they jump on them. They take advantage of it. They get it, so that instead of it, they get it and they can resell it for a lot more. And that's what you kind of have. You have to sort of keep that eye out, or similar to like a surfer who's looking for the right wave. They see the right wave, they wait for it, and they know what to do. They move forward, they take advantage of it, and so that they can actually ride the wave down, if you think of it that illustration too. So the second part of the question is what can you do to take advantage of it? Or what can you do to buy it up? Because that's what you can do right now. So maybe for some of you, if it's a lot of time on your hands, the number one thing you can do is you can actually use that to invest in your own spiritual growth. You can use the time on your hands. You have no excuse right now based on time. And it's hard. It is totally hard. I've been a Christian for a long time, and I've gone through many different phases when it's been so hard to try to invest in my growth. I just haven't wanted to do it. It's been so difficult. But what maturity and what walking in maturity looks like, or walking in wisdom, looks like, it looks like despite how you feel, you still do the right thing, or you do what is best and wise with the time. And so even though you may feel different ways, you still move forward with what's best and wise in the moment. So investing in your spiritual growth means practicing some of those daily or those regular habits. If you remember the acronym HABITS, habits, that really can help fuel your spiritual growth. But you can invest in that with a lot of the time that you have on your hands. First one is hang time with God, and that's an easy one you can do. If you haven't done that often, or if you've never really done it before, then you can just start having a quiet time. If you scroll down, you can check out this PDF we have. That's how to have a quiet time. You can use that as a reference to really help walk you through, how do I even have a quiet time? How do I have some hang time with God? And your leaders would love to help you with that. Another one too is maybe it's your neighbors, right? That's the opportunity you have, is your neighbors. So maybe you can just initiate a conversation with them. I was talking to one of our students who said they had a great conversation with one of their neighbors, was actually able to share the gospel with them. How incredible is that, that they're actually able to share the gospel with them? So one of the big things, if you really want to try to buy this opportunity up, start praying for them regularly, and praying for opportunities for God to just open up a door for you to be able to talk to them and to share the gospel with them. But that's a huge opportunity. You can also meet their needs too. That's the other opportunity. People have needs now, and maybe you can do something to meet their needs. Maybe they have some toilet paper or something that they need or something, and you can give it to them. Or maybe they just need some help picking up an Amazon package, or taking the trash out to the curb, or whatever it is. You can try to help your neighbors meet a need. And the other one too, this sort of is an opportunity, something you take advantage of, is you're spending a lot of time with your family, right? You're like, yes, Bryce, I'm spending so much time with my family. That's who you've been with the last 2 months. And I totally know that. And you have a huge opportunity to be a blessing to your parents, to your siblings, to your whole family right now. And that really is a great opportunity, because think about it. If you try to really bless your family, the sweetness of that relationship will make this time a lot more enjoyable, but also just for the long term, it could really bless your friendship with your siblings, your relationship with your parents. It can make a huge difference. And so that's an opportunity you have that you could really buy up. So think about, what's one way you could serve your family? Maybe it's doing your siblings' chores for them, just out of love for them. Or maybe it's not waiting to your parents to ask you to do your chores in order to do them. Maybe it's just helping out with a project around the house that you could do. All those things, that's a huge opportunity you have to be a blessing to your family. and you could take advantage of it. So I encourage you and challenge you to do that. So you could either spend your life and your time right now and your whole summer just bobbing up and down in the waves, just like this, or you could take advantage of those things and be like a surfer. Look for the waves, look for the opportunity, and actually you'll find a lot more enjoyment and joy when you do that. So I hope you guys have a great week. Hope you enjoyed this and that it was helpful for you. Again, here are your 2 questions to answer. And your next steps is basically to ask yourself, what is an opportunity that I have right now that's unique? And then number 2, it's how can I take advantage of that to really serve people and to really put them first. All right, take care.